Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy, Hikins, and Trevor.
This is not a virtue signalling thing. I'm not saying this, aren't I a great bloke? I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying something that did happen. And it was her response that was interesting. I went back and said, "Oh, no problem, but you gave me £2 too much." And I gave it to her, and she looked at me, pleasant woman she was. She looked at me a little bit like that emoji where, the mouth is open and shocked. But she said to me, "Thank you so much." She said, "No one has ever done that before." And I said, "Oh, well, and it's sort of, I'm not sure I would believe that. I think because perhaps it doesn't happen that often, does it, to people? Anyway, that was an experience I had. And yeah, I think it makes you feel quite good. If it's the other way around, you've been given short change, we'll all go back for that. Everybody would. And it's good to think that perhaps a majority would do that if they got too much. Okay, different type of what if here. So you're a manager of a football team, cuz, right? Let's say a pretty rubbishy team like Manchester United. No, I jest. I shouldn't say that, should I? But you're the manager of a football team in the Championship, right? The division below the Premier League. And the coming Saturday, your team is in the playoff final, and the winner will go up to the Premier League, which involves getting millions of pounds for your team just by being there. There's television money. You'll be on Match of the Day every week. And obviously there's a much higher profile for you and your players. And of course, if you get promotion, if you win this game, you as the manager will get quite a handsome bonus as well. So obviously you're the manager of the team, you're all preparing it during the week, plenty of training, and you give the instruction to the players late in the week, look, I want you in bed early the last few nights, no late staying out or anything like that. Don't go and gorge yourself on food or whatever. We really want to win this. Anyway, it comes across on some social media early on Saturday morning, the day of the match, that 3 of your star players were actually seen out in a nightclub drinking, not necessarily getting drunk, but they were seen to leave about 1 or 1:30 in the morning, and they were a little bit worse for wear. They'd had a great time, and so on. Now, this came out on social media on Saturday morning. So now, cuz, as the manager of the team, you're faced with a difficult decision, because if you say that I'm going to punish them, those 3 guys, they must abide by the rules. All the other players have. They've been found out. And what am I going to do? Basically, the fact is, if they don't play, there's a very good chance your team won't win, because you're playing a tough opponent like Crystal Palace, something like that. And so you think, do I play these players or not? I will get a big bonus if we go up. I think if we play with our star guys, we're likely to win this game at Wembley. If I drop them, ethically, perhaps I should. I will lose out on a bonus. My team probably will lose the match, and we're stuck in the Championship, one below the Premier League, for another season at least. So, over to you, cuz. You're the manager. What are you going to do when the players all come in late morning, they have a lunch together to make sure they have the right food, and you're going to then talk to them all, and what are you going to do? You're going to drop them, or are you going to play them?
Well, first of all, I love your analogy of Manchester United and Crystal Palace.
Well, we know who'd win, cuz, don't we? We know who'd win.
Love it. It's like you're thinking Manchester United. And who's the opposing team? Crystal Palace. Yeah.
Well, I was at Crystal Palace last night in the FA Cup game against Millwall, which was good. 1-1 draw, and we won on penalties. So well done, Palace, for that. So yeah, Palace would win the game. But let's stick to the reality of this. What are you going to do with those 3 players?
Well, if I was the manager,
yeah,
I would stick to principles.
You would.
Yeah, because what if I play them and we lose?
Yeah.
So principles will come first for me. I would say, this is my principle, right? I told you, lay down the rules. You know, this is what you're supposed to abide by it. And so I am not, I'm dropping you from the game today, you know. I'd go by principles, because then if I lose, then my principle wins. But if I dump my principles, right, and you know, if I shelve my principles and play them or feel them, and I still lose, you know, it's a double shame for me, the manager.
So,
Yeah,
so let me get it clear. You're saying you would play them.
I would
Is
not
that what
play
you
them.
said? You would,
Absolutely,
right? You would not
I
play
would
them.
not
You
play
stick to
them.
your
Yeah,
principles.
principles. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. What if the rest of the team? Because obviously you need to discuss this in the dressing room before the match or
Yeah.
over the lunch.
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor Gear and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.